Hi everyone. In this quick video we're going to demonstrate how you can configure your Panasonic television and your gaming console so that you have the best gaming experience. So here in front of us we actually have an Xbox Series X connected to a Panasonic Z90 OLED television, and I just wanted to show you a few details based on the existing settings that we have, and then demonstrate how much improvement we can actually gain by having the right settings both on the console and on the TV. So the first two things I wanted to call your attention on is the dynamic range that we have on the screen. So what I mean is the detail in the highlights, which is the bright spots, and the details on the shadows. So here, let's say I want to have a look at the sky, have some clouds in the sky, and hopefully you can even see on the camera. It's quite difficult to see detail in the sky and on the clouds. Similarly, if we have a quick look here in the shed, I can see there's almost no detail over there. It's completely black, and there's almost no detail when it comes to this side of the shed as well. So let's begin by checking what settings we need to set on the console first. In my case, I actually have, like I said, an Xbox Series X, and all you need to do is go into the settings and then go to General and TV and Display settings or display options. This of course will differ if you're having a PC or a PlayStation, but usually you can find similar settings on those devices as well. So already I can tell I'm not going to have the best gaming experience because the resolution is on 1080p, which is full HD. So I'm going to try to switch this up to 4K. Now, if it's exactly like in my case, and you can't actually see 4K, that's usually because that 4K video mode is not enabled. So all you need to do is go on the right hand side under Advanced and select Video Modes. And like I said, you have to enable 4K first. So let's do that. And just as a brief note, what you can see here on the right hand side is the resolution and the dynamic range settings, whereas on the left hand side we'll also have some really important settings that are going to help us when it comes to gaming, but we'll get to those in a second. So that's enable 4K. Just going to keep that setting, and then we're going to enable every single HDR mode so that it gives us the best compatibility across different games and different platforms. So let's do that. I'm going to enable HDR10, Auto HDR as well, Dolby Vision, and we're also going to turn on Dolby Vision for gaming. Alright, so we're almost done with this settings page. The other thing that I want you to do is go to the variable refresh rate setting and enable this as well. And again, you can leave it on gaming only or always on, and I actually prefer to keep it on always on because this is a gaming console and I usually use it for playing games. Gonna keep the settings as well. Gonna leave this part, and then what I already see at the beginning there on the left hand side, we have the resolution set to 4K Ultra HD, and the refresh rate is also set to 120 Hz now instead of 60. So if you recall at the beginning, this was set on 60. Now, the last thing I wanted to show you is if you go into the setup for 4K TV details, this is where you get a confirmation on what the TV can do. And basically, this is what you want to see. You want to see a check mark on every single part there, especially when it comes to the resolution and for playing games. So you can see that the TV supports up to native 4K and at 120 frames per second, HDR10, and Dolby Vision for gaming. All right, so let's leave the menu and go back into the game. And the next thing you want to do is pick up the remote control on your TV and open up the game control board. And here, there are mainly two settings that I wanted to share with you. The first one is to make sure that the VRR, which is the variable refresh rate, is also set to on. In our case, it is. And the other one is the dark visibility. Now, one of the things that I wanted to highlight as well, besides these two, is that the game, I know that this specific game supports Dolby Vision, supports high dynamic range. But at this moment in the picture mode, we don't see it. If that happens to you as well, make sure that you close or quit the game and restart it. So let's do that first. I'm just gonna exit this control board, force this to quit. Again, we know that the rest of the settings are okay, and we're just gonna reopen the game. Hopefully, you notice there on the top right, the TV detected the Dolby Vision signal. And we're going to re-enter the game, the exact same map. We're going to have another look at the details that we can get in terms of highlights and shadows. Just going to set a basic multiplayer match and hit play. There we go. All right, and hopefully, without me going into any of the game control board settings, you can already notice that there's far better balance between the highlights and the shadows. And without doing anything, I can see all the planks in the shed. And if I have a look at the sky, I have lots of detail when it comes to the clouds. And actually, to help you even more, I mentioned this setting earlier. So let me show you. Just go back into the game control board. And you'll see now the picture mode is set to Dolby Vision. And you can go to this setting called Dark Visibility, which essentially all it does, it's allowing you to increase the shadow detail. And you can see you can go quite high. This goes up to 15. You can also tweak it again based on how bright the TV is and your environment, but you can see how this already will give you quite a good advantage. So hope this helps. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.